there's a couple agreements. Mr. Ellison is going to be carrying medical and dental through his employer, through Aetna, at a cost to him in the amount of $496.43 a month for the medical, and $56.64 a month for the dental. And that's the extent of the agreement.
Okay. Since this is a contested hearing, there's a few housekeeping items. The first is I am an associate judge, so you do have the right to a de novo hearing before the referring court regarding decisions I make. Also, nobody should be recording this proceeding, no video, audio recording, photographing, or broadcasting. Even though you're in your homes, this is a hearing, so please treat this like court. That means speaking in civil tones, treating one another with respect, not walking away from the camera. If you do that, I can't tell whether your camera has frozen or not, so I don't know if you're hearing. Also, part of my job is evaluating evidence, is also evaluating people and what they're doing. And so it's important you stay on camera to have your hearing. And also, we generally take testimony in court. So one of you is going to be asked questions at a time by the Assistant Attorney General. If you're not the person being asked questions, please don't interrupt the person answering. Unless you have a legal objection, then make your legal objection. But otherwise, don't interrupt or answer for them. You'll both be given a chance to speak, and you'll both be given a chance to ask questions, to be asked questions. But it's not a back and forth discussion. So feel free to take notes if you need to, so you remember things. And then lastly, be aware I'm not with the Attorney General's office. So things you've spoken to them about or given to them, I don't have access to, and I'm not supposed to. So even if you're asked things you've already answered today, please answer them again because I don't know the answers. And you may proceed, Mr. Dehamasian.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, state calls Ms. Young. Ms. Young, can you state your name for the record?
Karen Young.
Ms. Young, the two agreements that I just read into the record, did you hear understand it, ma'am?
Yes.
And are you in agreement as
Yeah.
to those two provisions?
Yes.
Okay. State briefly calls Mr. Ellison. Mr. Ellison, can you state your name for the record?
Anthony Ellison.
Mr. Ellison, the two agreements I read into the record, did you hear and understand those agreements?
Yes, sir.
And are you in agreement as to those?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Ellison, who do you work for?
What are they called? Geez, I forgot. Millis Development and Construction.
Okay. And how long have you been working for them?
3 years.
Okay. And what is your title there, sir?
Project or assistant project manager.
Okay. And did you provide pay stubs today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I'd offer State's Exhibit 1 pay stubs that Mr. Ellison provided.
Ms. Young, do you have any objection to me admitting State's Exhibit 1 into evidence?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, you do have an objection?
No, I don't.
Okay. Mr. Dehamasian, do you have any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
And Mr. Ellison, do you have any objection?
No objection.
Okay, State's Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Now, Mr. Ellison, the pay stubs are roughly from August to October, and also you've submitted December, right? Year to date.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now you said you were salary, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And even though your salary on the pay stub, it shows that when you're working a 40-hour week.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is his company fiscal year like August? Looks like I don't see year to date. What is his fiscal year start for the company? Is this December, the end of the year, or is it the middle of the year?
Mr. Ellison,
I
when is
believe
your,
it's December, but yes, I provided all those pay stubs, and then we can, I guess, give her the additional one with the year to date, because those weren't on there. But I don't know our fiscal year. I believe it's end of the regular year.
You may proceed, Mr. Dehamasian.
thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ellison, your salary, correct?
Yes, sir.
And even though your salary in on your pay stub, it reflects that you make $16.40 when you work 40 hours a week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
But so your base pay is $16.40 every week.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, because your salary, do you get paid when you work overtime?
Mm, Paid extra, you mean?
Do you get paid extra when you work over the 40-hour a week?
No, sir.
Okay. So how do they reward you at your company if you are doing a good job or you're working extra on a project?
We have a possible incentive bonus. It's
Okay. Now, you don't get bonuses every month, do you?
no, sir.
When was the last bonus you got?
I believe it was in September of 24.
Let me go to that stub.
And he gets
Okay.
paid weekly? Am I reading this correctly?
Correct.
So, Mr. Ellison, on the pay stub on September 27, 2024, you were paid a bonus in that on that payday, correct?
I don't have them in front of me, but I believe so.
I'm sorry, what date was that?
September 27, 2024. And
Okay.
sir, do you remember how much bonus you were paid on September 27, 2024?
No, sir.
Okay. It says that the amount was $44,961.85.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. Were you paid what were you paid any other bonuses in 2024?
I believe yes, there was one for 4,000. I'm looking through them now.
Is there any document that shows all of this, like a total pay for the year?
Not for this year, but it's reflected on my other tax returns.
Mr. Ellison, have you done your tax return for 2024?
No, sir.
How many more bonuses did you receive in 2024?
Oh, sorry. Safety alert. I believe two. There's one for 4,000 and one for something else. One for 4,000 and one for 4,837.
So your testimony is you received 3 bonuses
Yes,
for
sir.
2024.
Yes, sir.
And how does the bonus structure work?
So, a lot of it is out of my hands. We get paid on what at the end of a project, depending on what the profit percentage is. And a lot of that is out of my hands as far because I do not estimate the projects, so I don't dictate what percentage they are bid at. And then there's a lot that gets missed during the project. And then so the document I sent you is actually an old one. Whatever net profit we have, 10% of that or 10% of the contract value, total contract value goes to the company. And then out of what's remaining, I could possibly get 15% of that if I meet all other criteria. And it's completely subjective to the company. And if I go below that, then I can owe money back to the company.
Now,
And that be a percentage of net loss I would owe back.
okay. Did you owe any monies back in 2024? Did you?
I did not.
So you kept the 4,000 bonus, the 4,837 bonus, and the $44,961.85 bonus for 2024.
Correct.
Okay. Now, do you have, sir, do you have any other kids?
I do.
How many other children do you have?
I have one.
And what's her name?
Evelyn Ellison.
And how old is she?
She is 7.
Okay.
Miss Young, are you driving?
I just came to my car so my kids don't hear.
Okay, it just looked like your car was moving. I just want to be sure you're not, because it's very unsafe to be having a hearing and driving.
Sorry, I did not know this was going to go on so long. So I didn't make arrangements, but I'm good.
Sir, does Evelyn live in your household?
50% of the time.
Okay. Is there a child support court order for you to pay child support for Evelyn?
No.
Okay.
Is there a court order at all for Evelyn?
Yes.
Now, in that court order, are you the custodial parent?
No.
Are you the non-custodial parent?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I offer State's Exhibit 2, the pay record.
Why?
Future pay.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Did you plead for that? I don't think you pled for that.
Oh. No, this is a
Nothing.
straight modification, Your Honor. We didn't plead for confirmation.
And sir, I think I said I was non-custodial parent, but I'm looking at our orders, and then I'm I guess a joint managing conservator. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Is there a dispute over if he's going to get credit for this child? Mr. Dehamasian?
I can ask each parent, Your Honor, as to the paid ahead amount.
Okay, I don't think you heard my question. I asked if there's a dispute over whether he gets credit for that child.
Yes, yes, Your Honor, there is a dispute. Yes.
Okay, so I might need to actually see the order or have more information about it, because I don't think I have enough information to make a ruling.
Do you want me to go ahead and send that?
Not sure how Mr. Dehamasian wants to get evidence in.
Mr. Ellison,
Yes.
is
Sir.
the order out of Galveston?
No, it's Harris County.
And what is the cause number?
2018 dash 40892.
Thank you.
And that should be the mediated settlement agreement.
Are you ready to proceed with this case in light of the fact the pleading might not have everything you need? And I think we just lost Ms. Young.
Your Honor, after reviewing the order from Harris County, he's in the custodial parent role where the other party is paying medical and dental support to him.
Okay.
So I get paid 134 a month, and that's half of what the children costs for insurance. So I thought maybe I could get a half credit for insurance. And then I also don't know if we can just agree upon a number between me and Miss Young and be done with this. We don't have to come back. I don't know if that's possible.
Mr. Dehamasian, are you ready to put on evidence or request something?
Your Honor, based on his testimony, I've calculated a proposed child support.
Okay.
I would pass the witness at this time.
Okay. Do you have any other witnesses?
No.
Okay, would you like to make a closing? Well, actually, I don't know how he can respond without knowing what you're requesting. And so I don't want you to make a closing because I want to give him a chance to speak and Ms. Young a chance to speak, but I don't know how they can respond without knowing what you're requesting because they don't know how to calculate child support.
I'm basically requesting that the child support be calculated based on number one, his base pay, which is the $16.40 a week, and also in consideration the 3 bonuses he got for 2024. And that's based on 1 child here and 0 children outside. He should not get credit for the child outside because that child doesn't live in his household and he's not the non-custodial parent.
I thought you said he was the custodial parent,
He's the custodial parent, yes.
so he shouldn't get credit?
Well, he's getting support for that child.
Okay.
You know, I'll let the court make that determination.
Okay. Can you tell him what your numbers are?
Yes.
I guess otherwise we can all take time to pull up calculators and then.
No, I'm ready. So, based on his base pay, the $16.40 a week times 52, that's $85,280 a year. And
They pay
the
1640? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and the 3 bonuses add up to $53,798.85.
Can you speak slower, please?
Yes, ma'am. $53,798.85. And if we add that to his base, that would be a total of 139,078.85 for the year of 2024. And that was based on his testimony. If we divide that by 12, that would bring his gross to be $11,590. And if we give him credit for the 550 total medical, total dental, 553.07. 1 child here in, 0 children outside. His guideline child support would be $16.53 a month. And if we do give him credit for Evelyn, it would be $14.46 a month.
Okay. The state doesn't represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance if there's anything else you'd like to say. Mr. Ellison, is there anything else you'd like to say?
As far as if I agree with that.
Agree, don't agree, why, what you think is fair?
Okay, like I said, for the insurance, I only get paid half of the of what the kids cost. So I don't know if I can get a half credit for that at least. And for the bonuses, this is like I said, I could possibly owe money back. So this is not really a reimbursement, and I'm about to be on a 3-year project. So at the end of it, I could owe money, but at the very least, I'm going to go 3 years with no bonuses. And by that time, my son is going to be 18 anyways. So just hope that we can't really reflect the bonuses.
Have you ever had to pay money back since you've worked there?
Not yet, no. But I just no, ma'am.
Did you ever have a year without a bonus since you worked there?
I believe the first year, yes.
Ms. Young, is there anything you'd like to say?
No.
Okay, I'm going to modify the child support based on evidence presented today. I am going to give him credit for the other child based on the evidence presented today. And so there's 1 child before the court and 1 other child he provides for. I'm finding his gross resources are $11,590. I'm giving Mr. Ellison credit for the insurance and the dental support as agreed to. The $496.43 for the medical support and the $56.64 for dental support. Giving him credit for the other child, I'm setting his support at $1,446 beginning February 1st of 2025. And the state's going to draft the order based on my ruling today. They'll send it to you through DocuSign to review and sign off on. And so they're gonna have you all go back to the breakout rooms where you'll get a chance to review the order. Thank you both for coming in today and good luck. with everything going forward.
Your Honor, one more thing, do we need to address that overpayment?
I don't know what the state plans to do with that.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Mhm.
for Your Honor, since we didn't plead for it, I'm not gonna address that. That's silent. I'm just gonna do the regular modification per your ruling.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have you all go back to the breakout rooms, as I said, and good luck with everything going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.